Thousands of years before Greywake, 7 celestial thrones stood between the world and a place beyond reality. 6 remained whole. The 7th was shattered. Its black and gold fragments became the monsters called Voidborn. In a recurring nightmare, Kai Arden sees that broken throne. He sees a door made of darkness and an eye opening behind it. A voice says, "At last." A fragment flies toward his heart. Kai wakes in the workshop he shares with Mara Venn, the medic who raised him. Mara offers him tea and asks if the dream came again. Kai jokes that cosmic thrones have terrible hospitality. Then the city siren sounds 3 long calls. Outside, smoke rises from Greywake's crater fields. Birds fall dead from the sky. Mara's smile disappears. She takes her medic bag and tells Kai, "Stay near people. Stay where they can see you." The morning sun turns black behind a thin ring of gold.
Greywake is a hard border city of rusted brass, dark stone, and old scars. It knows how to run from danger. Kai races through the market, helping families toward the inner wall. He finds a small boy named Tom beside an overturned bread cart. Tom says his sister went to find their mother near the outer gate. Kai tells him to reach the fountain, find the woman in the red scarf, and tell her that he owes Kai a pastry. Above the street, Concord sky skiffs descend. The Astral Concord is humanity's shield against the Voidborn. Lyra Veilcourt lands first, composed and silent, with an ice-blue sword at her side. Darius Vale lands beside her in a pile of cabbages. He claims the vegetables started it. Lyra tells him not to destroy the market. Then the western wall shakes. A creature climbs over it, long-limbed and wrong, its body made of obsidian glass, crimson sinew, and black smoke. Its mouth opens down the center of its smooth face. In dozens of stolen voices, it says one word: hungry.
Kai has no astral core. He has no weapon, no rank, and no reason to believe he can win. He runs anyway. He places himself between Tom and the Voidborn. A black gold sigil burns over his heart. The sky darkens. Smoke climbs around his right hand and becomes a jagged gauntlet edged in molten gold. The Voidborn recoils and whispers, "Eclipse." Kai's palm opens like an eye. Shadows seize the creature's arm. Kai sees painful memories within it. Ordinary people caught in terror, calling for help, and fading into darkness. He tells the voices to get out of his head. The monster's arm becomes ribbons of black light and pours into Kai's chest. At the barricade, Captain Halden recognizes the impossible power. Eclipse Core. Darius says it sounded worse than it needed to. The wounded monster escapes over the wall. Kai hears hunger whispering inside his own mind. Then he disappears in a burst of black smoke.
Outside the wall, the Voidborn traps refugees behind an overturned ore convoy. Among them is Mara, still carrying her medic bag. Kai reappears on the crater road, barely able to control the shadow on his arm. He calls to Mara. She sees him, but the Voidborn lands between them. At the gate, Darius demands that Captain Halden open it. Halden refuses. He says the Eclipse Bearer is now the priority. Lyra tells him there are civilians outside. The Voidborn crawls toward Mara, speaking her name with a chorus of stolen voices. Mara pulls a tiny scalpel from her bag. She tells the creature that she has faced worse things before. She strikes at it, but the monster overwhelms her. Kai watches from the road as Mara reaches toward him. She says, "Kai, do not be afraid of..." Her voice is cut short. The shadow climbs over Kai's shoulder and across half his face. Lyra stands in front of him and tells him to look at her. If he gives it control, she says, the monster wins twice.
The Voidborn turns from Mara's body and speaks in Mara's stolen voice. Kai. His right eye becomes black, circled by gold. He asks the monster to give her back. Then he vanishes. Kai appears before the creature and catches its claw. The impact breaks his arm, but black gold light forces the bone back together. The Voidborn calls him empty. Kai answers, "Then why are you afraid?" Behind him, a vortex opens in the shape of the shattered seventh throne. The monster begins to crack. From its body spill all the lives and memories it stole. Kai sees Mara among them. Her echo is calm. She tells him to stay where they can see him. Kai weeps. He promises that he will. Then he closes his hand. The vortex takes the Voidborn's core. Its final scream becomes ash falling over the road. Kai drops beside Mara. Lyra kneels near him. Darius comes through the gate despite Halden's order. There is nothing left to save. Halden's soldiers surround Kai and raise their weapons. Darius lifts his hammer in front of him. Lyra draws her sword beside him. The man who saved Greywake has become the Concord's forbidden anomaly. The monster ash gathers into a small knot and forms a dozen smiling mouths. It says, "The first fragment wakes. The king has heard your heartbeat." Lyra destroys the ash with a flash of frostlight. Far away, Chancellor Malric Voss watches the record of Kai's awakening from an Astral Concord observatory. A scribe says that there has not been an eclipse reading for 1,812 years. Voss asks whether the host has a lineage. "No," says the scribe. "No registered core." Voss says that there are no accidents at the end of an age. He orders Kai taken to Vesperhold alive until they know which door he opens. That night, Kai sits alone in Mara's workshop. Her medic bag rests before him. Inside, he finds a note. It says, "You were never empty." Kai holds the note against his chest. The lamp dies. In the window behind him appears the reflection of a man crowned with broken stars. An ancient voice speaks from the dark. "Kai Arden, if you can hear me, the eclipse has begun."